What do you make of this? And what do you make of Diller's comments? I didn't wait until I was 80 to participate in so obvious a fraud.
Look, we don't know what really went on. I know Barry Diller, and it does seem crazy that, I mean, he's a very savvy person about business and stocks. So I don't know the details. I know that there were calls bought. But does Barry, I'm, benefit of the doubt, we don't have a Justice Department. If the Justice Department leaked this, I don't know. But, Barry Diller, I'm going with this kind of American justice innocent until proven guilty. Barry Diller did not just fall off a turnip truck. So you could say, well, wait a second. Neither did Martha Stewart in the days when she did the wrong thing. The Justice Department caught her. But Barry Diller, I'm not buying it until I've got a real indictment.
Right.
I'm just not buying it.
Now, in addition to that, we had 4 senators yesterday asking to look into further the harassment allegations. Do you think the deal's in jeopardy or not? Bottom line.
I still don't. Those senators are some of the more radical senators. We have radical senators now, not unlike in the early 30s. And we have senators who, these are severe charges. And Kodak, I think, Bobby Kodak's, I'm going to say he's incredibly rich, but you got to be miserable and horrible because you presided over this enterprise that you kind of was hoping, like, give it to Microsoft, maybe get rid of it. And no, it's just that he's being dogged. Again, someone would say, Jim, he's rich, so what? It's not great to have the senators come down and say, listen, we see what you did, Bobby Kodak. I mean, Bobby Kodak came on Mad Money to talk about, hey, listen, we're like doing our best. And that wasn't good enough, obviously.
Amazon, we're watching for the final vote tallies in Alabama and New York, but it does look like Alabama is going to reject union efforts once again. Got some data on Andy Jassy pay, even higher than Gelsinger's. But I would imagine you'd argue more deserved in that case.
Better year.
Yeah.
I mean, Gelsinger, Stafford had a better year. Mahomes. Now, I had there's a terrific woman, Jenny, who's on the Judge's show, and she and I were arguing about the cash flow situation at Intel. And what I've been saying is there's a messianic approach to Gelsinger and the Ohio Silicon, and he's just on a mission. And man, do I ever not want to own stock of someone who's on a mission.
Right.
See, that's bad. I don't want a mission. I want profits. And I'm not talking about the PROPHET kind. I'm a seller of the profits. This is a remarkable thing to have a CEO who is deciding himself that he's going to take a company and rebuild American manufacturing with the help of Commerce Secretary Raimondo. And I bet you can't find 100 people who can do what he wants them to do in Ohio.
Yeah, imagine you're applauding him, but it's not a stock.
Exactly.
Not through this lens of the stock.
Look, I think you can do two things. I think you can praise a company and not own the stock. And that's my feeling with Intel. I praise what he wants to do. I think it's terrific. We need that. But I'd rather own AMD. I think AMD's come down too much. My trust owns it.
You mentioned this
well
yesterday.
Aware that when Sanjay... Look, the Sanjay Mehrotra interview on our show was what caused a huge shift in people's thinking. And you got to go back and parse every word. That's ridiculous. Stock's down. It's down 9 yesterday. But all he said was that there's some weakness in cell phone and PC. But he never said, he didn't quantify that the weakness is in 4, not 5. People want to upgrade. They want to upgrade. They want to get out of 4. G4 is dying. And so what he was saying is that G4 is dying. But G5, you get to 5. The 5 is growing like mad. And high-performance computing. Now, the issue is gaming. Is gaming strong or weak? And, Carl, I've got to tell you, I keep hearing that gaming is weakening. But I want to hear it from Best Buy.
Right.
I don't want to just hear it from, the shorts.
Sure.